Hi there. I'm Elsa, your teacher. Let's start learning basic vocabulary to learn how to describe a person's appearance. Pay attention. A person can be a man, or a woman, or a boy, or a girl. This is the gender of the people. A person can also be young, or middle-aged, or old, and this refers to the age of the people. Depending on the gender, a man can be handsome, or a woman can be pretty, or both of them can be ugly. This is the general appearance of the people. Remember that, with some adjectives, it is different, if they are men or women. Let's continue with the height of the people. A person can be tall, of medium height, or short. And remember that this refers to the height. Let's study now the weight of the people. A person can be fat, plump, or thin and slim, which are very similar. This is about the weight. Let's learn now about the hair. It can be long, or shoulder length, or it can be short, straight, frizzy or curly, or, finally, it can be wavy. And, continuing with the hair, now let's talk about its color. It can be black, brown, blonde or fair, red, grey, or white. Let's learn now about the eyes. They can be big, small, or they can be black, brown, blue, or green, blonde or fair, red, grey, or white. And now, let's learn about the face of the people. It can be round, oval, or it can be triangular, square, or, finally, a person can have a long face. And, to finish with this, let's talk about other features. A person can have a beard, a mustache, or a beauty spot, some freckles, a pair of glasses, a tattoo, or a piercing. And now that we have finished with this basic vocabulary, let's learn the two forms to describe people with two different verbs. First, we can use the verb be with three different structures. We can use a subject, the verb and an adjective. Or we can use the subject, the verb be, an adjective, and another adjective. Or we can say the subject, the verb to be, an adjective, with, and an adjective and a noun. And, secondly, we can use the verb have got, with two different structures. We can say the subject, the verb, an adjective and a noun. Or we can say the subject, the verb have got, an adjective plus a noun, and another adjective plus another noun. And finally, to ask about the appearance of this boy, the question is, what does he look like? We can talk about his gender, and say, he is a boy, or about his age, and say, he is young. Or we can talk about his appearance, and say, he is handsome. We can also talk about his height, and say, he is tall. Or about his weight, and say, he is slim. Or we can talk about his face, and say, he has got a square face. Or we can talk about his eyes, and say, he has got big blue eyes. We can talk about his hair, and say, he has got short, curly, fair hair. Also, if we talk about his nose, we can say, he has got a small nose. And, if we talk about his ears, we can say, he has got big ears. And finally, if we talk about his lips, we can say, he has got thin lips. Now that you have learned this basic vocabulary, it is your turn. You have to choose 4 famous people that you admire, and try to describe them.